What if the thing you're hiding is your crown? What if the wound you've tried to silence is the only thing that makes your voice worth hearing? Power without a scar is a lie. In every real story, greatness doesn't begin with triumph, it begins with pain. Odysseus returns home not as a hero, but as a broken man. Inanna descends into the underworld stripped of her titles, her clothes, her identity. The Buddha walks away from paradise because suffering opened his eyes. Modernity teaches us to hide the wound, to call it a flaw. But ancient wisdom says the wound is the threshold, not an end, a beginning. A mouth that opens not to scream, but to speak truth. Chiron, the immortal pain that taught the gods, the Greek centaur Chiron, was not like the others. He was wise, gentle, a teacher of heroes, but wounded by a poisoned arrow and cursed to live forever in pain. He couldn't die and he couldn't heal, so he studied medicine, music, and the stars, and from agony, he became the first healer. His wound didn't make him less divine, it made him more human. In the stars, they named an asteroid after him, Chiron, the wounded healer. This name still lives in today's psychology. You heal from the place you were broken. Carl Jung saw the myth for what it was, a mirror. He noticed that the best healers are those who have bled. Not saints, not experts, but witnesses. Those who carry their pain not as shame, but as a guide. Gabor Mate puts it simply, the wounded healer isn't the one who's never been broken. It's the one who stopped running from it. Stigmata, when the divine leaves a scar. Catherine of Siena, St. Francis, and Padre Pio were all marked by the stigmata. The wounds like Christ's, is it real or symbolic? It doesn't matter. Because the deeper truth is this. Pain isn't proof of failure. Sometimes it's the imprint of God. Even Jesus returns with scars, not a healed, perfect body, but one that says, "Put your hand in my side. See that it is me." It's the scar that proves he's real. Gods bleed, and they rise because of it. In the Hindu myth, Shiva drinks poison to save the world and his throat turns blue. That's a mark of divine sacrifice. In the Aztec legend, the god Nana-Huacian was disfigured and humble. He throws himself into the fire and he becomes the sun. In Egyptian mythology, Osiris is dismembered by his brother, reassembled by Isis, and reborn not to perfection, but to rule the underworld. Tyr loses his hand to the wolf Fenrir. His scar is not shame, it is justice. These are not flawless gods, but wounded kings and scarred queens, broken bodies that became bridges between worlds. Initiation means pain. In the Amazon, boys wear gloves filled with bullet ants. The Messiah is circumcised in public without flinching. In Greece, the Eleusinian mysteries simulate death itself. In Sufism, ego must die before the soul is born. In Judaism, Jacob wrestles with God and limps forever. In Shinto, purification comes through ordeal because pain interrupts illusion. It strips away the mask and makes space for truth. In Japan, they repair broken pottery with gold, not to hide the crack, but to highlight it. But kintsugi mean that bad things happened, and it made you more beautiful. In psychology, we call this integration. The past remains, but no longer owns you. Instead, you become whole, not by forgetting, but by including. In Yoruba myth, the Orisha Obatala is marked by sacrifice and revered for it. Jacob's limp becomes his new name. Israel, one who wrestled with God. Even the Buddha begins with suffering, kayat dukkha, and through it, he finds compassion, not because he escaped pain, but because he met it with eyes open. Healing is witness, not erasure. We were told that healing means going back, but no, healing means becoming someone else. Someone wiser, deeper, and truer. As Rumi once wrote, "The wound is the place where the light enters you. It's not about being clean. It's about being whole. Let it shine. Let someone else see that survival is not shame, because power without a scar is a lie."